Welcome back to Homeschooling Mama. Homeschooling has its challenges at times, right? But it is even more challenging when you yourself, as a parent, homeschooling your children, are overcoming chronic health issues, chronic illness, sickness, and or disease. That makes it all that much more challenging. But I want to assure you that it is doable and you can be successful at it. I'm a living witness to it. I can attest to it, right? Now, when you're going through health things, I know for me personally, in my life, we've been doing this for many years. We've been homeschooling for many years, but I have been overcoming for many years. I have had some good seasons and some bad seasons, right? And I've had many years where I spent the majority of the year in the hospital and we still homeschooled. I still homeschooled. I have had many years where I was bedridden, and it has been, these years, there has been a real serious fight for my life, right? Not saying just for my life and my ability to do, I mean a real fight for me to be on this earth, to have breath in my life, okay? And we have still homeschooled through all of that. Was it easy? No, it was not easy. Is it a challenge? It is most definitely a challenge, but I'm here to tell you that you can do it and you can be successful at it as well. I'm not going to go into all the details as to why we chose to homeschool these many years as we've been going through and overcoming all these things. But what I do want to share with you is the importance that homeschool played in my family's life. And maybe something in it can help you, right? At the very least, to encourage you as you go through. I felt that it was impressed upon me. Now, first of all, I'm a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that He is Lord. I believe in the Word of God wholeheartedly. And I try to direct my life in such a way that shows that, right? And so I felt impressed of the Lord, the importance of homeschooling my children and educating my children, that as we were going through, that it would be a safety net for my children. With all the things that we were going through, all the volatility, all the seriousness of it, all the weightiness of it, that schooling my children would be a safety net, a way to keep them safe from all the things that we were going through. Because, you know, when you're raising babies up and all of this, it's pretty scary when your children have to see you get carried away in ambulances or a lot, or to see tubes sticking out of you a lot, or to not understand why you're not able to get up or able to move, or just all the things that come with it. Some of this stuff is really scary for our children to go through. Shoot, it's scary for us at times, right? So can you imagine what babies are going through? And I had 5 children, all under the age of 6, when I started going through at a very, very severe level, and I had newborn and toddlers, right? So there was a lot of scary things. And right now, my oldest is my 2 oldest are now taking college courses. So we've been doing this for a while, and we've homeschooled the entire time. So for me, I felt it was impressed upon me to make sure that I kept my children being educated and allow the homeschool environment to be a safety net for them. So I found that it was a safety net. It has helped us throughout the years to keep my children from focusing in and feeling the weightiness of everything that was going on. A lot of times, you guys, when I was in the hospital for the majority of the year, my children still had their books. They knew how much needed to be covered on any given day, and I could still talk to them on the phone when I was able to speak and keep up with what they were doing. But it gave them things to focus on other than the fact of the 911 situations mommy was going through, right? And so there were times when I was bedridden, and school was very helpful because it kept my children's focus. It kept them from being idle and fussing and fighting or just running around, tearing up the house and acting crazy. I didn't put my children in front of the TV all the time. I had things in place for them for their minds to stay active, to keep them involved in different things, because little hands need to be kept busy, right? And their minds, you need to keep their attention on something, because they will find something to put their hands to and put their minds on it. It might not always be what you want it on, but I found that it was a safety net for my children. Also, if I was in the hospital and I seen that they were going through a lot more and they were really stressed out, I could give them things to do over the phone, you know, little projects to do, or things that they could do to send to me to keep them busy, to keep them going. Because, you know, there's a lot of things that can stress them out, and your children will display some behaviors at times to let you know that they are concerned, that they are worried about the things that you were going through. But if you keep their minds active and their hands active, it helps to alleviate some of that pressure. It helps to, it can give them a way to escape. It can give them an outing, a way to release. So for me and my family, it was very important, and it helped us to get through some years where it was very weighty. It was very touch and go, and it helped my children to get through all of that. So we come to now, right? I am in a better place than I have been in many years right now. Does it mean it's all good? No, it don't mean it's all good. It's still a fight. I still got work ahead of me, but I am more functional than I had been in a long time. So you look at us now. If we would have waited on really focusing in on their education, you know, we wouldn't have children doing college classes right now. Our children would not be where they are at right now. So it is doable. You can do it, and you can be successful in it. But just be aware that it actually can be a tool to help your family to get through. There are times when, you know, I didn't have strength and I didn't have the energy to do the things that I might have wanted to do with my kids, but they could sit around me and they could read. I could occupy their time so that I could do the things that I needed to do to get the rest that I needed to get, or to have things, because there's a lot of times where doctors had to come out to our house, and sometimes, you know, it was good to say, you know what, hey, you guys go in and get your books and go practice this, or get your math cards and practice your math cards while mommy's in here taking care of some stuff. It's a good way to occupy your children other than just play a video game or do this or do that. It can work for you. So you're moving your family in the direction that you want them to be moved in. You know, if you're wanting to teach your children a different language and they're really young, you know, you can have videos for them. You can have things for them where they could be learning another language versus just putting their minds on a lot of violence that's in a lot of these cartoons nowadays and a lot of these video games, or a lot of things that are different. You can still gear your children to where you want to go, and it can keep them safe from the negative environment, because there's a lot of weightiness. That's a dark cloud that can sit on you sometimes when you're going through severe health issues. I hope something in there was encouraging to you and maybe even helpful to you. In all things, remember, your family is different from my family, okay? You have different dynamics, you have different variables and different personalities. In all things, remember, do you. Make your homeschool you, okay? I hope something was helpful for you. Until next time, bye.